DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, and Charlamagne the God.
They're listening to The Breakfast Club.
Thank y'all for being like cultural leaders.
Guys are family.
The Breakfast Club is where people get their information on the topics, on the artists, and everything like that. I'm winning like that.
You guys were nice. Everybody got me all nervous. Like you guys are. Let's not go on.
You're locked into the world's most dangerous morning show.
More dangerous than the Bronx.
If you want the Breakfast Club, you ain't gonna bring it 120. Might as well not come up here.
Oh my Jesus, this is what y'all do up here?
That's right. Get up out the beds and listen to the greatest show on earth.
Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious is on maternity leave. Lauren LaRosa filling in. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, y'all.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Hump day.
Good morning. How y'all feeling out there?
Good morning.
I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners here at the Breakfast Club. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
I feel great.
Feel good.
The weather dropped, y'all.
Yeah, it did.
This is the weather I thought we was going to have for homecoming.
Really?
Yes.
Well, 60 degrees,
It was
65
like 90
degrees.
degrees at homecoming.
It's called fall. Happens this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
As long
Homecoming
as
was
I've been
last
alive.
week.
Boy, you stay fighting that eyelash. When I tell you and that eyelash stay in a one-on-one fist fight, I mean, it's like, why? That's
It's
your
the
bully.
same one, too.
That eyelash
It's
is your
because-
bully.
It's
Why?
the same one, too.
I might have to switch it. I got glue on the end of it, so now it's not.
Looks crazy.
Yeah, it's not. Whoa.
Why does it
It
pick a
does.
fight with you every week?
It's only when
I be
I'm
wanting
running
to jump
late.
in.
Yo. It looks like it's doing the Star Trek sign.
You wanna
You
jump
know the
in?
Star
It's
Trek
crazy.
sign? Like
You
that?
need
That's
help?
what it looks like. It's doing the Star
It's
Trek
like,
sign.
I'm about to just take them off and start fresh for a different set.
There you go. There you go. Because
This
once
is-
a week, I'm tired of seeing you fight that one eyelash. What's
So
that,
why
the
you
right
didn't
one or
been
left
jumping?
one?
It's the left one.
It's the left
The
one.
left one. God damn.
Left one be
Always
whooping her ass.
I mean, beating the hell out of her every morning.
Beating
Y'all
her
just
ass.
be sitting here watching me
It's like,
fight for
damn.
my life. Like,
How
How many
trying to mind
eyelashes
my
do you
business.
have?
man, I had like 4 minutes to do this makeup this morning.
Well, congratulations.
Well, good morning to you.
Congratulations.
All right. Well, this morning, an artist by the name of October London will be joining us. October London is signed to Death Row, Snoop Dogg's Death Row. You know, Snoop recently purchased Death Row, and that's his first signing. So we're going to be talking to October London.
October's interesting because he sounds like a lot of different people. He put out a project called The Rebirth of Marvin. I thought he was bugging when he put that out because I don't, you sounding like Marvin Gaye is one thing,
Right.
And when you say things like The Rebirth of Marvin, you put an unnecessary pressure on yourself,
Right. Yes.
But he's got a new album out called October Nights that comes out this Friday.
That's right.
Very talented young man. Though.
He is.
Yes.
Sam,
He
he
is.
sounds amazing too.
Yeah, we're going to be talking with him. And I think his newest song, he kind of sounds like R. Kelly on the song. The one, the something I Believe in Women, or...
He's got a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of different sounds
He
happening.
does, yeah. So we'll be talking to him in a little bit. And then we got front page news with Morgan Wood. She'll be breaking down everything, politics, everything that's going on with the hurricane. And
I've never seen anything like Hurricane Milton, by the way. My God.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll discuss when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. Let's start off with some quick sports. Last night, the Mets beat the Phillies 7-2. They lead the series 2-1. The Padres beat the Dodgers. They lead the series 2-1. The Yanks play tonight. Now, also yesterday, the Lynx beat the Sun 88-77.
It wasn't even a game. I watched it. The Lynx was busting Connecticut Sun ass all game.
Yes, they were. And the Jets fired their head coach, Robert Saleh. That's how you spell Saleh? Salah.
Red,
Robert
you a
Saleh.
Jets fan.
I'm not a Jets fan.
Was that a warranted firing, Red?
I mean, he's lost a lot in the last 2 years, so I think it's worthy of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but last year, Aaron Rodgers went down the first game, so it's kind of expected, don't you think?
They lost too much. You got to go.
Damn.
Simple and plain.
Damn. All right. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, good morning. So first, before we get into the front page news, I just want to correct myself. Yesterday, I mentioned that North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper was a Republican. He is actually a Democrat. So I wanted to correct myself on that.
Okay.
But on front page news, President Biden, top of the headlines, he's postponing his trip abroad this week to prepare for the response of Hurricane Milton. He was scheduled to go to Berlin tomorrow and then Angola for what has been a long time coming Africa trip for any sitting president. But he was going to return to the U.S. on the 15th. Now, here's what he had to say in regards to that trip.
I just don't think I can be out of the country at this time.
Yeah, so in a statement, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, she said the trip is being postponed due to the projected trajectory and the strength of Hurricane Milton, which remains a Category 5 storm with winds of 160 miles per hour, and it's expected to make landfall along Florida's west coast late today. Meanwhile, Florida's Response and Recovery Acting Director Keith Torrey, he spoke to Fox News, warning Florida residents to take this hurricane very seriously and to leave the area if it's not too late. Let's hear from Torrey.
Unfortunately, there are always folks that don't take those orders seriously, and unfortunately, in almost every one of these storms, we do see loss of life. It's important that, yes, it can be inconvenient to leave your home, but you don't have to go hundreds of miles. You just have to go sometimes tens of miles away from the shore, away from those evacuation zones.
Well, I've been talking to people in Florida the last 24 hours, and they're saying that they can't leave. They say that that they're trying to evacuate, but then they're being told to go back to wherever it is they are in Florida.
So a lot of people can't fly out.
What's the real story?
You can't fly, you driving, you stuck on highways.
Yeah, so what's the real story here?
And then,
what's some of the reasons why you're hearing why they can't fly? Is it resources? Is it monetary?
all of the above. They were saying that the flights are booked, that they've been trying to get extra seats on these aircrafts and airlines to get people out of there. I know it's super duper expensive. I know Tampa mayor said if you stay in an evacuation zone, you will die. She said if you stay, you will die in some areas. So
I'm not even talking about people that's flying. I'm talking about people who said
trying to drive,
that the bridges have been closed and they're not letting nobody off the bridges, like things like that. So.
Oh, well, they shouldn't have closed that yet, right?
Sounds like playing politics, which brings me to the next story. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says Vice President Kamala Harris is playing politics after she made numerous attempts to contact him regarding the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. Let's hear from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on VP Harris.
My focus has not been on dealing with Kamala Harris. I saw the news report. I didn't know she tried to contact me. But I'd also say it's not about you, Kamala. It's about the people of Florida. Why all of a sudden is she trying to parachute in and inject herself when she's never shown any interest in the past? We know it's because of politics. We know it's because of her campaign. I have zero time to entertain these political games.
That makes zero sense what he just said.
Isn't she supposed to do that?
Yes. Like, why is a call from a sitting vice president considered a political game? Like, what do you mean? Like, since when do we see elected officials, presidents and vice presidents, not visit places that have been hit by natural disaster?
Absolutely.
Or not offer aid to places that are going to be hit by natural disaster? What is he talking about?
Let's not forget the some of the representatives who voted against that aid, by the way. So we're talking about playing politics, you know, I was going to say, let's stop playing. But despite President Biden's praising DeSantis doing a great job, Harris did accuse DeSantis of being selfish and irresponsible for ignoring her phone calls on those resources. And former President Donald Trump, well, he's doubling down on his comments about FEMA resources going to immigrants, which is not true. During an interview on KFI, Trump said Hurricane Helene victims aren't being taken care of because of the Biden administration's border policies. Yeah. Okay. So let's hear from Trump.
Those people don't have any money, and it's the worst response to a hurricane, they say, in history. Worse than Katrina, which was pretty bad. They've taken that money, billions of dollars, and they've used it to allow people to come in, and they're not taking care of the people in North Carolina and Georgia and all these other places.
So when asked why the Biden, it is a lie. It is not true. So when asked why the Biden administration would do that, Trump's response was they're doing it to put more people on voter rolls and trying to get them to vote, which again, that's not true. FEMA has in fact released a statement saying that these claims are false and they do not help in the aftermath of this disaster for Hurricane Helene. And of course, looking ahead at Hurricane Milton, they also went on to say that disaster funds are going to disaster relief efforts only. So
why are these politicians acting like people can't, people might die in these situations? Why does
people will die?
They will.
Yeah, well,
they have.
The bigger thing is we should be focused on that, whatever it takes,
absolutely.
right? Like, why is this such a cat and mouse thing?
I've never seen anything like
Milton.
No.
I've never
LaRosa for president.
I've never seen anything like Milton. I mean, I was watching CNN last night, and they were saying that if they could label this a Category 6, they would. 200 mile per hour winds.
That's crazy.
Like, this is different.
All right.
All right, well, that's your front page news for 6 a.m., 7 a.m. We will catch up on the political spectrum and what's going on with the election and the race.
All right, well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're out in Florida, I would love to hear from you. If you do have us on, I know they're saying people are going to start losing power soon, but get it off your chest. Call us up right now. You know, I have a son in Miami, and they're saying that Miami won't get hit that well. Some of his classmates were able to leave and head out of there, but
Miami is definitely under tropical storm warning, right?
Because of the sports that he plays, they're not allowing the sports students to leave. So he is there. So get it off your chest. We'd love to know if you're in Tampa, if you're in Duval, if you're in Miami, if you're in Florida, if you've been affected. Let's discuss. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Better yet,
it's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest. Wake up! Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Ashley.
Ashley, good morning. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Duval.
Okay. How's it out there? Were you able to get out? Did you try to get out?
Well, I don't feel like it's necessary to get out. However, I do see a lot of people evacuating on I-75 trying to get out. And I just kind of wanted to speak on that was said that people aren't able to get out. I feel like that is an excuse. Yeah, the roads may be a little bit with traffic and it's a little bit harder to find gas, but you're able to get out if you're just being proactive and being positive about the situation. At least you're not in the storm. Like, get out, get on the road, and just keep a positive mindset. Yeah, they're going to close the airports now because there's a whole storm about to hit over there, but there's other options instead of just making an excuse and, be proactive and get out of Dodge.
That was the other thing they were saying. They were saying a lot of people couldn't get gas, so they couldn't drive out because the gas stations are empty on fuel.
What about when they close bridges and stuff like that, though?
In Duval, we have a lot of bridges, so they will be closing it at certain points after, I think the speed is 40 miles per hour, they'll close it, but right now, ain't none of these bridges closed over here.
No,
I'm
that's
sure
not.
Down in Tampa, it's different because the situation is different in Tampa. But I can't see them closing bridges yesterday when people were trying to get out yesterday. The storm wasn't here yet. So I just feel like there's a lot of misinformation being passed around.
Well, I can tell you what's not misinformation. The fact that Hurricane Milton is so strong that they said they would label it a Category 6 if they would. And it's got 200 mile per hour winds. So get out the way of that if you can.
Yeah, Mark.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Mama. Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning. What's up? It's B.
Hey, B. Good morning. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Florida.
I'm
in South Florida. I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And I'm a New Yorker. I'm a native New Yorker. So I'm living down here. They talking about this hurricane. They going crazy. But South Florida, they're saying it's not hitting us. So it's kind of calm down here. They're in the supermarkets. They're grabbing up stuff. But it's not I'm watching a lot of videos online and on social media, and they're projecting and they're showing all this pandemonium, but South Florida right now is chilling.
What city is South Florida? What is that? What's that close to?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, Miami.
Area. Fort Lauderdale, Las Olas.
Y'all under tropical storm warning. I saw that on the news last night, but my man Dre, salute to Dre, he runs our boards in Miami. He says, yes, y'all are under tropical storm-like conditions between today and tomorrow, so y'all will get rain and wind.
Rain and wind, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that wind gonna be different.
Is this your first storm being in Florida from New York?
No. So a couple of weeks ago, we just had Helene.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of the same thing where we just had a lot of rain and wind and some flooding.
Yeah, and they said expect some.
About South Florida is we get a lot of flooding.
Yeah, they said, and also expecting power outages. They're expecting in South Florida, right?
Well, I'm in a building that has a generator, so I'm hoping I don't get affected by that. But I did buy food that doesn't require any electricity or anything like that to cook. So.
But I also want y'all to know, Milton is not Helene. They literally said if they could label this a Category 6, they would.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. This is different. Okay?
If I lived in Tampa, I would definitely evacuate.
Yeah.
Because the eye of the storm is hitting right on it. So yeah, if you're in Tampa and Central Florida, I would probably evacuate.
Well, B, my son is down there. I'm gonna send him your way because without DoorDash or Uber Eats, he in trouble. He gonna be hungry for a couple of days. Thank you, B.
Well, I hope he likes sandwiches. That's all I got.
He got sandwiches. He'd be good. Thank you, B.
I saw a meteorologist named Noah Bergen. I guess he's in Florida. He said that this is now the second strongest hurricane ever recorded by pressure on this side of the world. Come on, man. This is different.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is DJ. This is Marilyn.
Hey,
Good
Marilyn.
morning, y'all.
Good morning, Marilyn. Where you calling from?
I am calling from Hinesville, Georgia.
Georgia. What's up, mama? Get it off your chest.
Well, I'm calling because, I just recently went through Hurricane Helene. And we're under a tropical storm warning for this next hurricane. But I was calling because in the earlier segment, when y'all were talking about the bridges being shut down in Florida, I don't think it's about politics. Being from Miami, Florida, going through hurricanes, or Hurricane Andrew in 92, which is similar to this. What I wanted to say is that once that water starts coming over the bridge, it's about a life issue. So it's not about politics. It's about saving lives then.
That's right.
So I just wanted to call and speak, on that. It's about saving the lives of the people that's trying to cross the bridge, because that water is so serious out there.
That's right. That's why I don't understand how anybody could politicize something like this, because guess what? Hurricane Milton don't care if you're Democrat. Hurricane Milton don't care if you're Republican. Hurricane Milton don't care if you're black, white. They don't care what your sexual identity is. Hurricane Milton don't care.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, man, this Tone from Tampa, man.
Tone from Tampa. What's up, brother? How was everything out there?
It's a little light rain right now, heavy wind, but I'm going to just keep it a buck, man. This ain't where it's at, man.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to say y'all right in the middle of it. The eye's hitting Tampa from what the map shows right now.
Man, bro, my heart, bro, is in my ass, bro. I'm scared, man. And then we still recovering from Helene. And it's like, bro, I want to get this off my chest, bro. This government is playing in our faces, man. It don't matter if it's Republican or Democrat. They playing in our faces, bro. You get Ukrainians come over here, they get what they want. You get immigrants come over here, they get what they want. And you got people being denied these FEMA applications that you talking about the other day, Charlamagne.
Mm-hmm.
People being denied, bro. But you getting these migrants coming over here, $10,000 food stamps, bro. You goddamn $5,000 cash stipends, man. This shit hurting, bro. We finna get ready to damn near die, bro. A lot of people couldn't afford to evacuate. And this government playing in our face, man.
Damn.
I feel for you, bro.
I totally understand, my brother.
Absolutely.
It don't matter what they is, Democrat, Republican, they all treason, man. They all about money, bro. None of these people care about American people, bro. This hurt, bro. This hurt, bro. People wake up every day just want to live their life, bro. And you got these greedy snakes, man. You got these greedy snakes call themselves government service people, bro. And they don't give a damn, bro. They don't give a damn about the migrants coming over here. They using them too, man. It's right, man.
You're absolutely right, my
Damn,
brother.
I can't wait to come back, man.
To hear what he said you can't wait till God come back. He's absolutely 100% right. Because at some point, I don't know who else can help a lot of people other than the Most High.
Well, we're praying for you, brother.
Thank y'all, man.
Try to stay as safe as possible,
Yeah,
brother.
man.
And if you're in Tampa, man, listen, y'all, Town and Country, West Tampa, Apollo Beach, Gibson, Davis Island, St. Pete, Clearwater, man, y'all get out the way, man. Get out the way. Go north, man. I don't care if you got to go to a high school, elementary, whatever, man. Get out the way, please.
All right,
y'all be blessed, man.
Yeah, do what you can to stay safe, brother. And you know, when it's all said and done, we're going to see what we can do to help relief down there, man.
Absolutely.
But I want people to hear exactly how people on the ground feel.
Yeah, that got me. I almost cried.
That's everyday working class people on the ground. You can't lie to them.
But that's how he feels. And that's what people have been saying for the longest.
It just sounds like he's preparing to possibly not make it through.
That man don't want to hear about no statistics. He don't want to hear about no data. He don't want to hear about none of that. He is on the ground, 10 toes down, real life experience. That's
right.
what politicians don't want you to see. Those are the people politicians not talking to.
Now, those are the people that they need to talk to. And you see how he feels. He feels like, look, I live here. I work here. I pay my taxes here, and there is no help.
And he don't care about no Democrat. He don't care about no Republican. He don't care about no Trump. He don't care about no Vice President Kamala Harris. All he cares about is surviving.
Him and his family.
Who's going to help him survive?
That's right.
And as of now, nobody has.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. You got Morgan crying over there.
Mm-hmm.
Call us up right now. We got Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa coming up.
We do. We're going to get into some things. Jay-Z's legal team sent some legal letters out to Piers Morgan in the show that he has called uncensored. So we're going to talk about how the internet has things kind of going crazy around all this Diddy stuff.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's the culture shoot.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So Piers Morgan has a show called Uncensored, and he brings on guests. He talks about topics. He's very opinionated. We all know Piers Morgan, big name in broadcasting. So he had a guest on his show, and that guest made some claims against Jay-Z, and even he ended up having to apologize to Beyonce as well too. Let's take a listen to Piers Morgan's apology.
Think about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. Like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Now, I want to point out a couple things. So first of all, he says that these people that he has on his platform, and this conversation was in relation to a lot of the coverage that different outlets are doing on the Diddy accusations, right?
Right.
He says these people have platforms with or without shows like mine. I will just say though, I know now because anybody can get on TikTok, YouTube, wherever and have conversations and allege things or whatever. And I think people think throwing the word allegedly out there protects you from certain things. But just because someone has a platform, I think broadcasters and certain journalists and people are put on certain shows and just platformed a little bit differently than these people who are just on YouTube or whatever for a reason, and there's a responsibility.
Well, you
got to
do your due diligence, and his team should have did the due diligence. And a lot of times people do slip through the cracks. There's things that you don't see and don't find out until later on. But I mean, when people are making claims like the way people are making claims, you have to do your due diligence to make sure that if you're having that person on your platform, which is a huge platform, that you're putting out the proper and correct news.
Well, the problem is people don't understand platforms, and I'm putting platforms in parentheses, like
quotations. You mean?
What? Yeah,
you said parentheses.
Yeah, quotations.
This is parentheses.
Yeah, quotations.
That
you threw up Crip sign just now. And I don't know why. That was wild weird. But anyway, you can't sue YouTube. You can't sue
Which
any
is crazy.
You can't sue any of the social media platforms. But when you get on an actual network, when you get on a TV station or the radio, when you get on a platform that is attached to a larger corporation, now that corporation is liable for the things that are being said on their platform.
Right.
And now it makes sense for your lawyer to intervene and potentially sue because there is something to gain.
Right.
There's nothing to gain from suing Joe Blow on YouTube that's just running his mouth.
True.
And, you know what I mean? And that's what most people don't understand. A lot of these people that do these claims and do these accusations and do these things on that platform don't have anything. It'll cost you more money to sue them than they actually own. Now, it might look like they have this and have that, but most of that stuff is all false. They don't own half the stuff that they say. They don't have cars. They don't have bank accounts. They don't have homes. So it's half the time it don't make any sense suing those people.
Well, let me tell you who got the money to see if they, like, even if it don't make sense, a Jay-Z and a Beyonce. Those are, like, I think that's another thing too, is like, you got to understand that there's levels to this, like who you're dealing with, like, and people will defend their names because that is their business. That is how they make their money.
But think about how much stuff Jay-Z and Beyonce ignore.
Yeah.
The reason they didn't ignore it this time is because of the platform it was set on.
100%.
It was set on a platform that they can actually sue, a platform that is actually liable. And I see people say things all the time like, well, if the person is lying, why don't they get sued? Because suing a brokey costs you money.
Yes.
Suing somebody who don't have anything to lose is a waste of your time and resources.
Your money and your resources and your time.
I'm just saying, it don't matter unless you just, whatever, man.
Well, speaking of platforms, Ray J just created a new platform. It's called The Reality Check with or a new show called The Reality Check with Ray J. And he wanted to have a conversation just about a lot of the jokes and the different claims that are out there right now around the Diddy conversation. Let's take a listen to Ray J.
Let's get into the Diddy situation. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody's saying nothing. I know I did the first interview on News Nation, and now I see a whole lot of interviews coming after. Are you guys waiting for somebody to, like, be the front runner to speak out and to say what they feel? Because I'm not scared. Are there really tapes? Are a lot of people being implemented into this crazy criminal investigation that's going on right now? How many people are in it? How many celebrities are involved in what they're saying? Do you forgive somebody for taking somebody's ass? There's a lot of people out here taking from people. They're getting robbed of their womanhood and manhood. Asses are being taken in ways that nobody can explain. Because I see a lot of jokes out there right now talking about baby oil. Is that okay? Is that the message? Ha 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 ha. That was funny, fam. Now what? I don't use baby oil.
Dropping a clue bomb for Ray J. Why?
He then talked about how I guess he needed to fact check that. He said lube does work.
Ray J is crazy.
Yeah, I think, but though he was trying to have a bigger conversation, even though he's funny. Yeah, when I listened to the full, the bigger conversation he was trying to have. He just basically was saying, I know Charlamagne, you said this before too. Like there should be not about the. Not that. You looked at him crazy when I said that. That there should be people in place that as people are coming up, you get money, you get power. There should be like mentors, somebody that's going to wrap their arm around you and be like,
friends? Real friends?
Even
say, sit your stupid ass
people
down.
That are like,
don't hire male sex workers.
All that.
Don't be recording your freak offs. Hey, maybe y'all shouldn't be doing so much drugs. Like,
yeah. Friends. How many of us have them? It's basically what his larger conversation was outside of, baby oil and debunking that lube don't work.
It's hard for people to say that when, I thought Ray J was Diddy's friend at one time. I thought they were hanging out with each other. They were on a jet with each other.
He mentions that he never said one of the friends. He never said Diddy wasn't his friend in this. Okay. He said was Diddy my friend? Was like he kind of makes it a point to say they may still be friends, but he's going to tell the truth about what was going on or just how he felt about what was going on.
Can we go back to something we was talking about earlier though? Because I just think this is a very important point.
Lube?
No. Oh. Talk about the people that be running their mouth on social media and stuff.
Correct.
A lot of these people talking crazy just aren't worth suing. And I just want to stress that suing a multi-million-dollar corporation makes sense for a multi-millionaire. Suing some random on a YouTube page does not. But trust and believe, those folks can and will get sued too. So you really have to watch yourself on these platforms unless you got money for a lawyer. Unless you got money and assets to give up when you lose these lawsuits, because you will. And I just want to stress to everybody, there is no such thing as free speech. That is the biggest crock malarkey that this country has ever told us. There is no such thing as free speech. There is a cost to every word that comes out of your mouth. Are you willing to pay the price?
Go off, Uncle Charlotte.
I'm just saying. Are you willing to pay the price?
No,
I agree.
And by the way,
what he's saying is the complete, absolute truth. Like he said, there's people out there, and don't follow the trend where I'm just going to talk about people. I'm going to get my page lit, and I'm going to make all this money because, like you said,
there's no such thing as free speech.
There's no such thing as free speech.
There's a cost to every word that comes out of your mouth. Sometimes that cost is a punch in the face. Sometimes that costs is a lawsuit. Period. But there's always consequences to the words that come out of your mouth.
Correct.
Period.
So what about
and sometimes it's just energy.
What about what you be saying up here to me? Because people don't like that.
What you mean?
All the hate and the shade, the big trees
I
you be throwing.
I never hate on you. You know that's not
the
true.
People be listen.
You know that's not true.
He talked about your eyelashes, which is true.
He said I'll be in a fight, and he wanted to. No, I'm listening to what I hear through my headphones every single day.
He was in a fight.
You tell me that left eyelash don't be kicking your ass every week, every morning. You mad at me because I said something about it?
This set is different.
I'm over there watching
I'm good
you fight.
now. I'm good now. I want to fight or no? My cousins came off the porch.
You got another one. That's what that was. You put that other eyelash away and got another one. You bought a new one.
Listen, we're going to come back in the next hour.
And
I did one. Don't play with me. I got hands. We're going to come back in this next hour and we're going to talk a little bit more about when people allege things and what happens because there's some updates more directly in the Diddy actual legal case. So we're going to get into that as well, too.
All right. We'll get to that next. Morgan will be joining us in Front Page News. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some Front Page News. Now, some quick sports. The Mets beat the Phillies last night 7-2. They lead the series 2-1. And the Padres beat the Dodgers. They lead the series 2-1 as well. The Lynx beat the Sun in WNBA basketball. And the Jets fire their head coach. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Good morning. So, the sprint towards Election Day, it continues. And Vice President Kamala Harris, she recently made an appearance yesterday, on ABC's The View, where she criticized former President Donald Trump's focus. Let's hear those comments from VP Harris on The View.
Donald Trump prefers to run on problems instead of fixing problems. He's not solution-oriented. And again, I will invite people, if you really need to know how he thinks, since he doesn't do these kinds of interviews, watch his rallies. What he does not talk about is you. He does not talk about what you need. He does not talk about what your parents need, what your children's need. That's not what he talks about. He doesn't talk about your child's needs. He talks about his needs.
So she has been on what is being called a media blitz. She recently also sat down with the Howard Stern Show and the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Her running mate, Tim Walz, is scheduled to appear on campaign events in Seattle, Washington, Sacramento, California, and Reno, Nevada. Meanwhile, former President Trump, he will take part in a virtual town hall on health care, while his running mate, J.D. Vance, will give remarks in Detroit. So former President Trump, he says Vice President Harris destroyed California when she was the state's attorney general. Republican presidential nominee made the Republican presidential nominee made the comments during an interview on KFI radio after being asked about California's Proposition 47, which 10 years ago reclassified some felonies to misdemeanors, including retail theft. Here's what Trump had to say.
How about where the kids are walking into stores with a calculator so they can calculate how much they're going to steal? This was all done by Kamala. She's so bad. She destroyed your state.
So Prop 47 reduced thefts of property valued at $950 from a felony to a misdemeanor. And of course, following a surge in retail crime, there is a measure on the California ballot that would reverse much of Proposition 47.
Yeah, I like the press blitz that the vice president has been on. From Call Her Daddy to The View to Howard Stern to 60 Minutes to Colbert Show. I thought all the conversations were solid. I saw people saying, how could she be doing all these interviews with everything that's going on in America, all of these hurricanes hitting, and the border being what it is. But the reality is she's running for president.
Yeah.
like what you want? Like, she's still running for president. She's not the actual president. She's the vice president right now, trying to be the president. She still has to campaign in the midst of all of this.
Absolutely. It doesn't seem like she's lacking in terms of multitasking as well, making those calls to Governor Ron DeSantis. But I won't get too much into that. With Election Day 4 weeks away, voters are starting to solidify their candidates. Now, some New Yorkers are talking about their concerns, and many have not decided on who to vote for. Let's hear from some New Yorkers about what's going on in this upcoming election.
That Trump gets defeated and gets imprisoned.
The border.
Prices going up, car fares going up, minimum wage is still staying the same.
That we're losing jobs, cost of living, gas prices, food price, and rent. We can't afford the rent anymore. So how are we going to survive here?
It's like a 50-50, to be honest. They're liars. That's why. It's like they say whatever they want just to get into office. And then when they get in office, there's nothing to show proof.
For now, I'm not decided yet. Maybe later, I don't know.
I wish there was a third political party that was a little bit more of a middle ground.
Yeah, so this comes as a New York Times Siena poll has been released. Vice President Kamala Harris is narrowly leading former President Donald Trump by 49% to 46%. It's the first time Harris has been ahead of Trump since July, when President Biden first pulled out the race. Now, the poll shows respondents are more likely to associate Harris with change and compassion for people, especially 54% of younger voters. However, more voters have confidence in Trump to take care of the economy, which is the top area of concern, with issues of abortion and immigration taking a distant second place. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
What, her being up?
Well, just the whole thing that, how New Yorkers are feeling. I mean, you guys are in New York, so, what do you make of what some of the commentary?
I think the whole world feels like that. I don't think it's just New York. I think a majority of the world feels that way. Other than the gas prices, who I've seen drop like crazy in the last couple of weeks, but everything that they're saying is right. Rent is high. I mean, paying for food is high. I mean, the cost of living is high. A lot of people are still making the same amount of money. That's why people are striking and the people are going through it. The amount of cars and houses being repoed and foreclosed on are at one of the highest rates it's ever been. So, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, all those things are true, but New York's not a battleground state, so to be honest with you, they don't care.
That sounds crazy.
Trump or the Republicans, Democrats, they don't care what you New Yorkers talk about. Y'all not a battleground state. They don't care.
And that sounds crazy, but it's the truth.
It's the reality. They don't give a damn what y'all talking about.
Y'all care about Mayor Adams? Well, let's talk about him real quick. New York City Mayor Adams says he will continue to carry on with his mayoral duties and run for re-election despite more resignations in his administration and a former official, Mohammed Bahi, now charged alongside with him. Let's hear from Mayor Adams.
I am going to serve my term and run for re-election. When people leave government, we want to have the perception of that everyone is fleeing. No, we have over 300,000 employees. I will never instruct anyone to do anything illegal or improper.
Yeah, so of course that comes as he is facing federal charges in regards to bribery and other things. Yeah, so we will continue to see what's going on with the Adams administration. Of course, his deputy mayor, Sheena Wright, she resigned. And as mentioned previously, Mohammed Bahi, he resigned. And then, of course, there's a number of other people in his administration who has resigned as well or stepped down. So, yeah, I don't know. What you guys think? Just continue to watch.
I think that he should stay 10 toes down. And it's going to be interesting to see how long they allow him to stay 10 toes down. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if somebody like the governor, Kathy Hochul can remove him if she wants to.
She can remove him. One of his peoples was arrested, I think, yesterday. So, I mean, he can be removed. He's saying that regardless of what whoever did around him, he said he had no idea. But, I mean, he's saying 10 toes down.
As long as Trump is running, then I think Eric Adams should be allowed to stay mayor of New York City. And you got to show me a different precedent. Don't try to set precedent with somebody like Mayor Adams. You know what I mean? Set precedent with the highest seat in the land.
All right, then. On that note, that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Follow me on social at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com. Talk to y'all later.
All right. When we come back, October London will be joining us. Now, October London is the first artist that Snoop Dogg signed on Death Row when he acquired Death Row. Recently, he purchased Death Row a couple of years ago, and this is the first artist. He's an R&B artist, and we're going to talk to him next. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave, so Lauren LaRose is filling in. And we got our niece with us today, Nyla.
Big Nyla.
All right, and we got a special guest in the building. We have October London. Welcome, brother.
What's up?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How you feeling?
I feel good. Man.
Now you're signed to Death Row.
Yeah.
With Snoop.
Yeah.
Now talk about how you got the deal and how he heard you and how that all came together for people that don't know.
Yeah. So I was actually on my way to graduating truck driving school.
Trucking school.
Yeah.
Did you CDL?
No, I quit right before I did it.
So. He be going hard at trucking sometimes, though.
I was about to.
I just don't like how they drive.
Yeah, it's a lot to it. But I was about to. I didn't do it because I ended up linking up with Jazzy Faye. I ended up linking up with him through a friend of a friend, and I got his number. And I text him like, yo, I got these records, blah, 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 blah. But I was sending them records. They were rap records. They were records for Future. They were records for all these other artists.
You were producing?
Yeah, I was producing, and I was writing them also. So, putting hooks on them. And I happened to just kind of sneak in one of my songs that I did called Colorblind that had that kind of Marvin Lane. And I sent it to him. I just waited, and he hit me back and was like, "Yo, you got some heat. I'm linking up with somebody like really important legend in the game. I might play it for him." I was like, "Oh, awesome." Fast forward, he hit me up, and he was like, "Yo, you remember I told you I was gonna play your records for someone?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I'm gonna have him call you we're going to call you together. And the night before the Super Bowl, he hit me up and was like, yo, I got that person online. Hold on just a second. And he was with him. And he was like, yo, it's the big homie Snoop Dogg, man. I'm a big fan. I was like, oh.
How did you feel?
Honestly, I was like, this got to be a joke.
It was AI generated.
I was like, yeah. At that point, I'm like, nah, this can't be real. And yeah, it was real. And he was like, yo, I'm going to fly you out. I got there March 16, 2016, and that was a wrap. That's when I met him.
How did your family feel about you being like, oh, okay, I was this close, but I'm going to just go over here and do this thing? Because they've been riding the waves with you, right?
Yeah. They've been riding the waves with me for a long time, but they've been really supportive. Family, friends, everybody's been supportive. I don't know how many times I've called my boy Jamie.
But they in the business though. Your mom's a singer. Your dad's
my dad was in the business. Yeah, my dad was in the business. He toured and toured with Earth, Wind and Fire and all that. Probably opening up for him, something like that. But it never really reached this level. So he's ecstatic.
Now you signed to Death Row. Were you nervous to sign to Death Row because this was the relaunch of Death Row? I'm sure people were assuming the first one was going to be a rapper, right? A hardcore rapper. Yeah. But it was you. Was you nervous at all?
Absolutely. Yeah. I just knew. I was in the room when he was finishing the call. Like, deal's done. Okay, cool. I was like, bet. Oh, this is gonna be dope for you, man. You're gonna find some dope rapper out of LA or somewhere like that. And he was like, no. You're gonna be the flagship for Death Row. I was like,
Jesus Christ, I better learn how to crib walk.
Yeah, like, not really, I'm working on it. But I'm just like, man, I don't know if that's gonna work out. But it's Snoop. You kind of roll with that, and it worked out. And I was like,
is any Death Row legacy, like Dr. Dre or Suge, commented on your work?
Yeah, Dr. Dre has for sure. Yeah. I've been in the studio with Dr. Dre several times. I'm actually on the new Dre and Snoop album that's coming out this year.
Missionary.
Yeah, Missionary. Crazy title. I love it. I love it. So I've been able to hear that whole album in full, and that album sounds incredible, by the way. So shout out to Dre and
Snoop.
Snoop.
It's on that level? Is it? Because it's a lot of expectation. Dre and Snoop, they saying it's the follow-up to Doggy Style. It's a lot of expectation.
It's amazing.
It meets the mark.
It hits the mark, definitely. So, Dre definitely loves my music. I've played him other stuff too, but he really loves, and even that track that I'm on is very Marvin Gaye-esque because he loves Marvin.
When you put out the Rebirth of Marvin, I thought you was bugging.
I know. I saw it.
Because I felt like you was putting too much pressure on yourself, because when you compare yourself to mythical, iconic ghosts like Marvin, that's an impossible bar to reach. So what was your mindset when you put that up?
That album was not supposed to come out. I wasn't trying to be Marvin. I'm not trying to fill his shoes. I'm not trying to do any of that. That's not what I was trying to do. Like I said, I'm a multi-genre artist. I just go off of vibes. So if I'm feeling, today I'm going to do pop today, then I'm going to go in the studio, probably knock out a whole pop album real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and set it aside because that's what I'm feeling. So I go off of feeling the music and what I'm feeling at that time. So I was in the studio, and if you've been to Snoop's compound, he plays music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through the hallways. And at that time, I was in the studio just going through stuff and trying to figure out what track I was going to do next. And Marvin played like 3-4 times. So then instantly in my head, I'm already in that zone. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, cool. Then Snoop sent over a track, and I was like, oh, this is dope. And then I started doing it. And I was like, oh, it sounds a little bit Marvin, but I'm just going to keep doing it, whatever. Liked it so much that I was like, I'm going to do another track. And then Snoop came in and was like, yo, this is really dope. Let me know when you finish with it, because he knows I like to work in spurts. So I don't do just one track and go to the next. I'm like, well, if I've done 2, I might as well do 8 more and make it an album. Mm-hmm. And I just put it up. I have a bunch of records just put up. I finished the record in like a week. Rebirth of Marvin was done in a week. Mm-hmm. I pretty much freestyled the whole thing as far as freestyle. I know it's different, but it's like going up to the mic and just kind of saying what I feel. Mm-hmm. Did that. Like Back to Your Place was done in an hour. Mulholland Drive was done in an hour. Both of those went number 1.
Wow.
So that's how I do all of my music. So I put it away. I was like, all right, that was fun. I was in that Marvin lane. Great. Let me put it aside now. Let me get on this Bryson Tiller lane real quick, because that's what I wanted to put out. That's what I thought Dog wanted me to do. And that's not what happened. Dog came in and was like, what you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just putting it up. I'm going to start on this. He was like, no. We're putting this out. And I was like, no, nobody want to hear old school right now. He's like, trust me. The lane is open. Nobody's doing it right now. Let's just do it. All right, cool. But it sounds a little bit like Marvin. He's like, no, don't worry about that. I'm like, you're going to chew my ass up.
Some people did have things to say, but a lot of people love the music because it sounds good. But I know that Ziola Gay, who's Marvin Gaye's sister, she had made some comments that she liked the music, but she did say that she was just confused why you would want to sound like another person and not do original songs. Like, what do you get out of it?
Yeah.
Did you get to have a conversation with her or any of his family? Or
Yeah, I did. Seemed like she was mad as hell. at me, which I knew that was going to happen. I was like, and Dog wanted to name it Rebirth of Marvin. I did not. I was like, let's just call it The Rebirth. I tried to push towards that, but, I'm following, at this point. I'm like, okay, all right, Dog has a plan. I'm just going to go with it. He's been right this whole time. I've been with him for a long time. I know him. Let's just do that. And we called it Rebirth of Marvin because that's what he wanted to title it. And then, she was not happy about that because she was like, yeah, you can sing. That's great. But you sound like my brother a little bit, and it's freaking me out. And I was like, that's cool. I just wish at that point she didn't go, on wax and say all this stuff.
Media,
and I wish she just would have called me or called Dog or somebody like that, because then people got on her that love my music, that love Back to Your Place. So then they attacked her, and I'm like, we have to stop this. But then, we ended up getting on a call together, me and a few of the other family members, and they were like, we completely support you. We understand now that you're not trying to be Marvin. You don't even want to fill his shoes or anything like that. You were just in a vibe. And I was like, that's what I've been trying to tell everyone. Like, that's not me. I was just feeling something.
All right, we got more with October London when we come back. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lorna Rosa is filling in for Jess, and our niece Nala is with us this morning. Now, we're kicking it with October London. He is the first artist signed to Death Row after Snoop acquired it. Now, for people that haven't heard of you before, listening, some people might think that you are a mimicking artist, right? Because you just said I was in a Marvin zone, and then I was in a Bryson zone.
Yeah.
So
even on the new album, it's like old, sounds like old R. Kelly
a little
from
bit.
Public Announcement.
So who is October London, and where does the sound come from? Because when I first heard it, I thought it was like, well, that's his voice. He can't change his voice.
Right.
If he sounds like Marvin, he sounds like Marvin. You know what I mean? But who is October London then?
Yeah, October London is, okay, so this new album, October Nights, it's more of a transitional album. It's getting out of that lane. I'm finally being like, okay, guys, let's get away from this. When you start the album, you have Touch on Me and all those records like that, and then like you said, R. Kelly's been my top #1 artist because the writing style. Come on, it's Kel's. Then once you get towards the end of the album, where you have a big record called Time, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like those records, that's me. Like enjoying myself. And then the third album, obviously, whenever I do that, then you're gonna get all of me. But right now, it's just kind of showing people that I can do these waves, and I know that we're missing this sound. I'm not necessarily taken from everybody. I just have been listening to everybody so much, like Kells and Ronald Isley and all that. I just take just a little bit, put it here, but I don't really take from them. I'm just taking that vibe to give you that vibe, to give you that love and that pain and that what you feel, what we've been feeling for years. So
though this is a transition project, I still feel like sonically production kind of sounds cohesive. Do you have like a built-in team that you work with, or did you decide to work with new people for this project?
Usually, and Snoop will tell you, usually I do everything myself. Like I write, I produce, I mix, I master, I engineer myself, because I'm like, I got to get it done right now. Like if I feel something, I need to get done right. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, hey, engineer, what's up? Oh, I can be there at 4 o'clock. No, I got to feel this now. So I learned to do all this stuff on my own. So I do on this album, on October Nights, I teamed up with producers like Jeff Giddy, Pooh Bear. I got with Babyface. Obviously Snoop executive produced the album as well. And I got with my homie Superfly also. Everybody knows Superfly.
Legend.
So legend in the game. So he came through, put his spin on it as well. And it came out really well, because we had kind of went through a thing where I submitted like this album. We were like, all right, let's change this. Let's put horns here. Let's do this. And it just turned out so beautiful. I love it.
I would love to know what the Babyface sessions were like, because I know Babyface, he didn't want you to come in on nothing except for you, I'm sure. So what was that energy like?
It was good energy, man. We pulled up. He was just ready to get down to business like immediately. There was no, let's kick it and chill. Let's eat. Let's have a little breakfast and all. He was just like, all right, you ready? I'm like, yeah, let's go in there. And we did the session. We knocked it out. It didn't even take all day, really. He went to writing it. I just let him do his thing. Because, you're in front of a legend. I'm not trying to be like, well, I do this and that. I'm not about to do it. I'm about to sit here and what you need me to do.
Give you a lot of coaching?
Yeah, he did, man. In the lab, we actually, it was a lot. I'm not going, I can't hold you. It was a lot. And he knows it was a lot, because I was like, it was funny because we were doing the takes. He was like, okay, let's do this first take of this. And I do the line. It's like, all right, let's do it again. And I do the line. I'm like, okay, that second one was perfect. We're good. That's what I want to say. All right, we're good. Let's go. Let's go to the next line. He's like, no, let's do it again and again. I'm like, okay. all right, okay, cool. All right, we'll do it. And then he's like, all right, cool. Now you ready to really do it? I'm like, I thought we were just doing it. I thought that was it. He was like, oh no, I wasn't recording at all. I was just making sure you were on top of it.
That's how the classes get made, though.
I'm like, okay, cool. So, see, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to, like I said, back to your place, one take, boom, the first line. It was just boom, boom, boom. I just make it quickly. And even when I told him that, he was like, yeah, no, impossible. I'm like, no, that's how I do my records. So he was like, oh, so I'm really, at this point, putting you through it. I was like, yeah, but it's cool, man. It's all good. I'm ready to learn. It's all good.
Being someone who has done it all for so long, like for yourself, what was the transition like having to take the lead of like other people with your vision?
Tough.
Yeah.
Very. Because I've just been, like you said, I've been doing this for so long, learning, doing this engineering thing, doing the mixing, doing all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, I can get this done. Because I look at a lot of artists, it's like, oh yeah, I really want Sade to drop another album. It's like, oh, 8 years later. In my head, because I've just taught myself, in my head, I'm like, it doesn't take that much. And then I look at other artists too, and I'm like, well, you got all the resources. You have everybody's number in your phone. Why isn't your album getting done quicker? Like, why aren't you, maybe they're not in the zone, maybe they're getting pressured, I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm a happy artist, so I'm not pressured by anything. I'm financially stable, like, I'm good. So I can go in the studio right now and be like, okay, cool, all right, I'll work on the third album right now. Or I'll work on a country record, I'll work on a pop, whatever. That's what helps me make great R&B is by switching genres, taking a break, because I don't want to be Marvin, so let me not get too heavy in that bag. Let me go over here to country real quick and write this real quick and just take a break and then go over here to something else.
How was tour with Maxwell and Jasmine Sullivan?
Amazing. Two great artists. Me and Max were close, man. He's just a really great dude. Like, he's been making sure everybody's taken care of and just been amazing. The crowd is just absolutely just, I'm in awe of, they sing word for word, even my stuff, and me opening up for them. Like, I did my first tour in January, which sold out, majority of the tour, and they were singing it then. I was like, I don't know if they're going to do it this time. They're doing it this time as well.
Have you been surprised by that? You say even my stuff, like you didn't think people would know your music?
Yeah, no, because in my head, I'm just still this dude in South Bend, Indiana that's trying to make it. I still feel like I'm going to the studio just trying to, oh man, I really hope they like it. I still have that.
So it's a slight imposter syndrome kind of.
Yeah, I'm like, man, there's no way. I don't think they're gonna like this. Snoop's heard me say I don't think they're gonna like this 100 times over. I did not think they were gonna like Rebirth of Marvin. I didn't think they were gonna like Back to Your Place.
What?
I was like, no, there's no way. I was like, this ain't hot right now, and they love it. And I'm just like, okay. So that's why I like letting the people decide.
This is really random, but you were on Empire?
I was on Empire, yeah.
And then you were, so you did, I read about it. You were doing really well. They were talking about making you a bigger character in Empire.
Yeah.
Then all the Jussie stuff.
The Jussie Smollett stuff happened.
You were pissed.
You look like a lion, though.
Oh, shit.
You definitely look like the baby that Lucius had that we didn't know about. When you walked in, I'm like, I know he was pissed. That would have been so perfect for you.
Oh, man. Come on, man. No, I mean, yeah, I thought it was, that was my first time doing any type of acting. Snoop was like, yo, we're gonna add you to Empire. I'm like, can't act. He was like, yeah, you can. I'm like, no, I can't, man. That's not my lane. I'm just, come on, man. And I went on, come on, man. And I went on there and did it. And the director was like, how long you been acting? I was like, today. He was like, I think we should sit down and talk. I'm like, okay. That's the thing. I still think I'm dreaming. So I'm like, there's no way. Even being on here, The Breakfast, I've been watching y'all for a long time. Just like just as I was sitting in the background, I was just like, damn, this is really happening. So that's how I kind of felt on Empire. So then when Jesse messed it up for me, I was pissed. As soon as I
on the news, like,
as soon as I turned on the news, I'm like, oh. I was like, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't do me like that, Skinny.
Well, what you want to hear off the album? Let's play something.
Well, might as well play Third Shift.
All right, we got more with October London when we come back. Let's get into his joint Third Shift. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. That was Third Shift from October London. Morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess, and also Nyla's with us today. Now, we have October London still in the building. Now, Nyla?
I know that you're involved on the Doggy Land for kids.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what exactly do you do?
Yeah.
Putting you on.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So, Snoop's been looking out for a long time. Snoop came in the studio one night and was like, hey, what do you think about doing a kids record? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever, I can do that. I made one kids record. He came back in the studio. All right, let me hear what you got. Played it. He was like, dope, can you do another one like that? I was like, yeah, of course. This time I called my son on FaceTime. My son's 7. I was like, hey, I need you to add some vocals to this. He was like, okay, Dad. And this time we did a record called Brush Brush. So we ended up doing that, and Snoop came in. He was like, who is the kid? I was like, it's my son. It's your nephew. He was like, oh, snap. Like, okay, cool. I think we should do an album. All right, cool. Give me till tomorrow. Because I'm quick.
Give me till tomorrow.
Tomorrow's crazy.
Yeah, like, whole album? Yeah, when we came out in 2016, me and Snoop came out with Colorblind. I did 18 songs in 2 or 3 days. Wow. I got myself sick, and he was like, all right, you need to go back to the hotel. Because I was like, no, you get one shot. And that was my one shot. I'm knocking out 18. So I knock them out really quick. So he was like, okay, cool. So I knocked out the album, and then he called Claude Brooks. And he was like, yo, I got an idea for a show. Let's call it Doggyland. And now I'm the co-creator of Doggyland. I am the voice of Woofy, and I do the music.
How exhausting was it working with Tyrese?
You know, Tyrese is a great friend of mine. He's a great dude.
He's a great guy.
Great dude. It's not exhausting at all. He's passionate. He's just a passionate person. He literally wears his heart on his sleeve, and you got to give it to him.
Sure, but how exhausting was it working with him in the studio? We all know him. Like I just want to know, like Bedroom Bully. How long did it take y'all to make that record? That didn't take a day. Not with him.
I don't know how long it took him. You know how long it took me. Okay. So he sent the record to me and was like, I got this record. He called me and said, I got this record. I think you'd be great on it. It's very Secret Garden. I was like, okay, bet. Just send it. I was in the lab already, sent the beat, and I was like, yo, this is dope. And he had a little bit of his vocals on it, and I was like, okay, cool. So then really I wanted him to do his vocals first, because the competitive part. And then I was like, no, don't worry about it. You know, it's Tyrese. I ain't tripping. You know, we brothers. I went ahead and put my part on there. Then he put his part on there, and that was it. But it took me, 30 minutes, knocked that out. I don't know how long it took him to get his knocked out, but for me, it was nothing. But Bedroom Bully and that's on the album too. It's on his and mine.
Did you guys make this record before or after you almost burned his house down? That's just what I heard.
This was after.
Yeah. He almost burned down Tyrese's house.
The person that almost burned his house down is sitting right behind me.
No.
Oh, yeah.
What, just with the house in L.A.?
No, Atlanta.
Okay.
Tyrese's Atlanta house.
What happened?
Burning hookah.
That's a shame that you knew what it was.
That's the only way you burn a house down nowadays is hookah. The hookah cold drop.
Only in Atlanta, right?
Because, we were listening to some music and we're all, drinking except for Tyrese because Tyrese don't drink. And my boy Jamie was listening to the music. He got hyped up and he was just like, whoa, this record is going to be crazy. And he got up and he knocked it over and nobody noticed at first. And I turned, I looked, and I was like, I saw security moving really fast. One of the security guys moving really fast. He started patting on the floor. And I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Stanky leg or something? I don't know what the hell he's doing. So I was just like, okay, cool. All right. I guess he's feeling the record. And I look, I'm like, oh, the rug's on fire. His Voltron rug's on fire. I was like, oh, nice. So he's trying to put that out, grabbing the coals off the thing and all that. And Jamie felt bad, and Tyrese gives him every time.
What flavor was the hookah?
Damn it.
I don't even know.
I'm just trying to see, was it worth it?
I don't know. It might have been like mango, berry, cream or something.
Not even no mint. Y'all almost burnt that house down with mango berry. That's crazy.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
That is not a good way to go out. So, every time Tyrese sees Jamie, he's like, he can't come in my house. He can't come in my house unless he owes me a carpet, but, he lets him in anyway, so it's good.
Now, the song Time, did you have Wedding Song in mind when you wrote that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So Time, it's been sitting in my hard drive for 15, 16 years.
Wow.
So that's an old song. Old song that me and my one of my best friends, Mike Letter, out of Miami, we did that record. I played it for Dog. I think I played it maybe 4, 5, 6 times, and he remembers and then doesn't remember, but he remembered it this time. He was like, we should put this on the album. And I loved it because I've been waiting to put that album out because it's just a beautiful ballad.
When you wrote that in 2008, what was your mindset? Was there somebody you wanted to marry? Somebody you wanted to spend the rest of your life?
I was a sap, man, back in 2008. So I was doing everything I possibly could to, I was doing the most. I was
sap?
Yeah.
But ain't nothing wrong with it.
I was a sucker. You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with it, but
you would tell a woman stuff like that. I want to spend the rest of my life.
Oh my God. I had poems and
poems.
What's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with it. But
Charlamagne had poems too.
He did?
You was texting the poems or you would mail them? I feel like you would mail them.
I was
I'm just asking.
Depending on how old you are, that's the era we come from. We come from that,
he's a couple
will you
years
go
older
with
than
me? Yes, no, maybe era.
I just want to know because why? There's nothing wrong with people. We always be online like we miss that, like the begging. We love you. You was doing it. And you got scared.
I was writing a lot of poems back then. For some reason, I can't write a single poem now.
Who tricked you out just by what happened?
No.
So I'm happy.
Look, man, I got my heart broke. So I was kind of, and then got my heart broken again. So
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
No, it's all right. No, you're just laughing at my pain. It's all good.
No.
She ain't got nobody, so she
I just hate to hear that because that, and then
projecting.
She's projecting.
She's been hurt. So she'd like to see men that have been hurt.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Now she's into white men, though. She likes white men now.
Brad Pitt.
Travis Kelce. Caleb Plant.
But you're light skinned, so she's willing to meet in the middle.
Oh, nice. That's dope.
But she went to Delaware State. HBCU.
All right. What else? Y'all got more questions for him?
The sappiness makes for great music.
Absolutely.
So.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, even the record Eternity that got on the Color Purple soundtrack, that was a 15, 16-year-old record. I did Eternity right after, me and Mike did Eternity right after Time. So
Third Shift was a freshly done record. I saw you just preview that.
Yeah.
Was that the bridge or the hook that you was playing? Who was in there conducting this?
What, the whole record?
For Third Shift, yeah.
I went to Jeff Giddy, and Jeff was like, yo, you want to record it here? I was like, no, I'm going home. And I flew back home to South Bend. I recorded there. Sent it to Dog, and Dog was like, yo, this is something fresh. This is something new. And then went back to Jeff Giddy and got another track, which is Kill Shot. So Kill Shot and Third Shift was produced by Jeff Giddy.
Questions. How did your mom feel about Mama?
She loved it. She loves it because we played it in the studio for a bunch of people not too long ago, and she gets teary-eyed every time. And one of the people that were in the studio, she's like, "Oh my God, like I love Mama so much." And it's just, does your mom know that you made this record? And I was like, she's sitting right behind you, and she's, oh, so yeah, the Mama. I really cannot wait to put that record out. I cannot wait because I love the record a lot, and I actually did that when Snoop's mom passed.
Wow!
So
Snoop's mom passed was the inspiration for you to write that. Ooh.
Exactly. So when Snoop, the day after Snoop's mom passed, he was in the studio, and I was just like, I got my boy. I got him. And I went in there and I just did it. And then I was like, yo, I want you to hear something. And I played it for him, and he just,
broke down crying.
And it made you appreciate your mom still being
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely. So, I just think it's a great record. I can't wait to drop it.
All right. Well, October Nights comes out this Friday, and we appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's October London. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. And let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies, She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's the coach of shit.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So tomorrow, Thursday, October 10th, Diddy's team will be back in court again. So they have a status hearing. And in this status hearing, there will be a conversation about Diddy attempting again for the third time to get bail. He's trying to come home until he has to be in court. Now, this time, the difference is there is another new judge. And he has, that new legal team that he hired that we talked about previously, including a woman named Alexandra Shapiro. Now, she's leading this legal team, and what they're saying in the court documents that we received that they filed attempting for this third bail is that, number one, there's insufficient evidence. The court or the prosecutors didn't show enough evidence to back up everything that they were claiming as far as Diddy being dangerous to the community and the claims that he was tampering with witnesses. They're also claiming that there were legal errors in the court's decision because they didn't, according to Diddy's team, show all of that evidence and stuff that they needed to show. They're saying, this was everything that y'all did was based off of speculation, and that is not right. That's an error. You can't do that. They're also saying he put up this bail package that was going to be all of this money. He gave up the passports, 24-hour security, no contact, phone call logs, all this stuff
selling
to show
the jet, selling the house,
right, to show that he was not a flight risk. But you guys still denied it, and they believe that this is all happening because Diddy is who he is. He's a major celebrity who's been famous for majority of his life. So because of that, all of this stuff is being sensationalized. So the prosecutors, according to Diddy's team and how they feel, are able to come in and just say, oh, he was tampering with witnesses on this date, this date, this date, without providing any hard evidence that it actually happened. And the judge will hear and make a decision. Or they show a Cassie video that we all saw, which is horrendous. And that proves even though they're trying to say, like, that was in, whatever year that was, and we're here today, he has apologized for it. He's come out and said, he was wrong about how the lawyers handled it. Whatever he decided to do, that should only be a piece of what they're using to hold him in jail. Not the full thing, but because everything is sensationalized because of who he is, it was able to be a major determining factor. So,
but didn't he contact a bunch of people who had been subpoenaed to testify against him?
So they're in this filing, they're not denying that happened, nor are they confirming it. What they're saying is that you guys claim this and you provided dates, times, a little bit of that, but there was no hard evidence. The evidence still could have been something that was speculated because of conversations you may have had with somebody, and they're saying, if we're in court, a judge should have said, well, I need to see more to make sure that's actually correct, because you're taking his freedom away until he's able to go to court. That's all they're saying, is that we want harder evidence. This needs to be proven more. Y'all are able to get away with things because he is who he is, and the world knows about what's happening.
Yeah, I was like what Charlamagne said, were those people subpoenaed and then he reached out to them, or they haven't been subpoenaed first? So they were subpoenaed.
So in that second bulletin, we talked about it. They said that they had some, and what will probably happen is they're going to end up showing the evidence now. But they had received, conversations that he allegedly had with people that he hadn't spoken to in years, and he only spoke to them after they were subpoenaed.
That looks very suspicious.
Right. But they're arguing technical terms here. They're arguing, well, technically you guys said it, but we didn't see it. We need to see it now. Show us the money. So that's probably what the prosecutors are going to do. They're going to come with the hard evidence now. So we'll see how this plays out tomorrow. Now,
and Diddy's still in Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
The jail in Brooklyn.
Yep, he's still in MDC, Brooklyn. Now, while all this is happening, do you guys remember the woman, Thalia Graves, who's being represented by Gloria Allred?
Yes.
So that's the woman who said that Diddy allegedly raped her, recorded it, and that he was trying to sell the videos, or his team was trying to sell the videos or whatever.
Yeah. And he was showing the videos allegedly, right?
Yes, allegedly. And she also alleged that one of his security guards also raped her as well. Well,
that was Big Joe she was talking about.
Yes.
Sherman.
Yeah, yep, Joe Sherman. So TMZ is actually reporting now that they have received text messages, and these text messages show that this woman, Thalia, had reached out to the ex, because all this started, she said that she saw this video because an ex-boyfriend of hers used to work for Diddy. He saw the video and then came back and told her, like, yo, this video was going around, they're trying to sell it, whatever. So now there are these text messages that TMZ is saying that they have obtained from that ex-boyfriend that show a conversation between Thalia and this ex-boyfriend, where she's saying, if you corroborate my story, I'll pay you X amount of money. Wow. I just need you to corroborate my story. And they're also claiming that they actually spoke to the ex, and the ex, he stamped everything. He said, yes, these text messages are real. After the conversation happened, he says he blocked her because he didn't want nothing to do with the situation whatsoever. And in the text was basically saying that she planned to sue Diddy because he was the one with the money out of the the two, but she ended up suing two people. So Thalia's attorney, Gloria Allred, said, after this, she spoke out. She says, it is very common that rich, powerful men and their supporters attempt to discredit, shame, and humiliate accusers who have the courage to come forward. The complaint speaks for itself. Our client is looking forward to her day in court. So they're not backing away from this whatsoever.
Even though there's text messages, actual text messages?
These are alleged text messages, according to TMZ. We have not seen them ourselves, but they're saying that these are real. They're saying that they spoke to the gentleman who was in the text that verified them. But this is something that also, I'm assuming Diddy's team, because in the story they said that Diddy's team also has these text messages as well. They're going to be presenting this somewhere in court at some point. So the validity of that will be determined by a judge as well too. But if that is true, of course that damages her case. Like there is no case at that point, because that's bribery.
If those text messages exist, wow,
right?
That is insane.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, tomorrow, Thursday, we'll see what happens in court with the bail. I don't think that he's going to get granted bail. That's my prediction. I don't think that he'll get granted bail in this third time around. Only because I think now they're just going to come with the evidence and it'll be shut down. But we'll see what happens.
Now, I'm just curious, if the accuser was found lying, what happens to her? They just drop the case and she just goes on her merry way?
Of course. You know how that works. It's always like that.
That's not right. That's crazy.
I don't know.
I mean, at that point, Diddy's team could come after her legally?
Yeah, and the security Big Joe should sue too, if that's the case.
They got a lot. Diddy's team has a lot more to worry about. You don't think?
Yeah, I wouldn't put that money towards that if I was them.
They got a lot more to worry about right now.
A lot more other issues, pressing issues than that. You know.
Yeah, but that ain't right. If that's what happened, and the accuser absolutely positively lied, and there's proof that the accuser lied, you just walk away, just okay, nothing happens, keep it moving.
But that's really, I mean,
I'm gonna make
in this Diddy situation, that's one of many. Like, I mean,
I'm gonna make a list for you.
Take out Diddy out of this. The court system shouldn't press charges for lying like that.
The court system in New York got a lot more to worry about right now too. I'm gonna make a list, and I need both these pages. You might gotta give me a third one of everything Diddy got to worry about right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I promise you. I hear you, Envy, but you down on that hill by yourself. He got a lot more to worry about.
And by the way, Diddy being, even if that is a lie, it's a lot of other things that are probably true. That's just the reality of the situation.
All right.
That was Diddy for the day.
All right. Just Jess with the mess with Laura LaRosa. Charlamagne!
Yes.
Look, what am I? We'll give you a donkey, too.
You need to cut it out. Okay.
What?
It's just like every single time
what
you hear a Diddy story, you get extra kinky. You need to cut it out.
I'm not getting to do nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Pa, tell everybody what you said before we turn the mics on.
What happened?
Right?
What's kinky?
Just 4 after the hour, Governor Ron DeSantis is coming to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him. Everybody in this room heard you say it.
Yeah, but it's true. Look.
You need us to corroborate your story?
Listen, here's the thing, Laura. What you're not understanding is he wants to say it.
No, I don't. I don't want to say anything. I'm trying to get you to fix it.
He's fighting himself. He wants to say it so bad.
No, I don't.
He wants to say what he said to me.
Know.
So
I was in the room, but I didn't hear anything unless you got 6 figures from me. You need to bribe me. I didn't hear anything.
Keep all of this recorded, Ray, okay? I'm going to need all of this against these people. All right?
All right. Donkey Today's up next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
This is a miracle.
There is no question that there are problems in this country between police and community.
Yes, you are a donkey.
The latest on that police killing of a black man.
Now to new developments in the deadly spa shooting rampage.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And so we are in a state of emergency.
Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Donkey of the day for Wednesday, October 9th goes to Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. Ron DeSantis is refusing to take Vice President Harris's calls in regards to Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. Now, if you haven't heard, the Vice President, Kamala Harris, said Ron DeSantis is not taking her calls. Let's listen.
NBC is reporting Governor DeSantis is ignoring your calls on hurricanes, resources, and help. How does that hurt the situation here?
You know, moments of crisis, if nothing else, should really be the moment that anyone who calls themselves a leader says they're going to put politics aside and put the people first. People are in desperate need of support right now, and playing political games at this moment in these crisis situations, these are the height of emergency situations. It's just utterly irresponsible, and it is selfish, and it is about political gamesmanship instead of doing the job that you took an oath to do, which is to put the people first.
I agree. You got to put the people first, people over politics. But now, in fairness, Governor Ron DeSantis said he has spoken to President Biden and FEMA officials in preparation for Hurricane Milton. But he also said on Fox with Sean Hannity that the Vice President Harris is delusional. Let's listen.
And so for Kamala Harris to try to say that my sole focus on the people of Florida is somehow selfish is delusional. I'm in contact with the President of the United States. I'm in contact with FEMA director. I'm obviously managing all our state agencies. We're supporting all our local government. And I will say this. I've had storms under both President Trump and President Biden, and I've worked well with both of them. She's the first one who's trying to politicize the storm, and she's doing that just because of her campaign.
I'm glad Governor DeSantis talked to President Biden. I'm glad that he talked to FEMA officials. But we have to be honest here. The person politicizing this issue is Ron DeSantis. For him to say he didn't answer her call because it seemed political is insane. Okay? There's a natural disaster, a Category 6 that is headed to Florida, all right? And they don't even have Category 6. Okay? She's the Vice President of the United States of America. I'm glad you spoke to the President. I'm glad you spoke to officials from FEMA. But if she called to give you some encouraging words, if she called to just lend some emotional support, if she called to say, hey, we're going to make sure Florida has everything it needs to recover, whatever it was, there is nothing wrong with that. You only ducked her call because she is the Democratic presidential nominee and she's running against your guy, Donald Trump. Okay, you can't play nice with her in any way, shape, or form because you don't want it to look like you are giving her any type of energy because you want your guy to win. Okay? Not only that, DeSantis, you talking out both sides of your mouth. In one breath, you saying you didn't even know she tried to call, and then in another breath, you said the call seems political. Which is it? All I'm saying is, The same thing I've been saying. I've been saying it all week. I don't understand how politicians politicize these natural disasters. Okay, Mother Nature should be the most humbling thing for humans, because Mother Nature don't care what race you are. Mother Nature don't care about your sexuality, your religion, your political party. Hurricane Milton is going to come, F things up, and then leave. And you know who has to help put that community back together? The people. And in moments like that, it don't matter what your differences are, because the goal is the same, and the goal is to simply survive. That's it. Okay, that is the disconnect, all right? That is the disconnect between elected officials and people. You need public servants that care about just people, because the people don't care about politics. I keep trying to tell folks when they talk to me about, black men and why black men aren't engaged in the political process, or why, black men might be gravitating towards Trump. This is not a race thing. It's not a political party thing. It's a class thing. And people who are out here living check to check, people who are out here just trying to survive, they're just tired of getting their asses kicked. So they're just disengaged from the whole political process, period. You know why? Because people who live in these ghettos and these inner cities, people from these rural areas in the South, whose conditions have been the exact same regardless of who's in office on a federal and local level, they could care less. They could care less about politics, and those are the people these elected officials don't see. We had a call this morning from a brother who is currently in Tampa. His name is Tone, and Hurricane Milton, this Category 5 monster that meteorologists say they would label a Category 6 if they could, but 5 is the highest it goes. Tone just finished dealing with Hurricane Helene, and now Hurricane Milton is coming. If you think he cares about politics at a time like this, you're insane. But he said it better than I ever could. Let's listen to Tone.
It don't matter what they is, Democrat, Republican, they all treason, man. They all about money, bro. None of these people care about American people, bro. This hurt, bro. This hurt, bro. People wake up every day just want to live their life, bro. And you got these greedy snakes, man. You got these greedy snakes call themselves government service people, bro. And they don't give a damn, bro. They don't give a damn about the migrants coming over here. They using them too, man. It's right, man.
You're absolutely right, my
brother. I
brother.
can't wait to come back, man.
That man said he can't wait till God come back. You think he care about you damn elected officials? He don't care about none of y'all. He waiting for God to come back because y'all have failed him so much in his life. Ron, while you worried about politics, people are in pain. While you trying to score political points with your constituents, people are hurting. And until we have true public servants on both sides who put the people over politics, things will never change. Please give Governor Ron DeSantis the biggest hee-haw.
Yeah.
That call earlier. Morgan was in here crying.
Mm-hmm.
I thought her glasses were just too tight.
No, she was in there crying. She was tearing up.
Yeah.
Well, let's open up the phone lines. Thank you for that donkey today.
What? I felt really bad. I felt really, really bad.
585-1051. What are your thoughts? Salute to a friend of mine. He's out in Tampa. He just says, yo, I'm hunkered down crazy. He says 3 hospitals have been evacuated. They've been sending patients to Miami. We says we're hoping for the best. He said his house was built up to date, but they've never seen anything like that. He said he's on the dirty side of the eye wall. I don't know what that means, but he's on the dirty side of the eye wall. He just says, I'm angry, just like that caller from Tampa. He said he's right. He says so far the rain is and wind is mild, but it's picking up, and we're expecting for the worst later on.
By the way, there's nothing you can do with a natural disaster. Like no political party created a natural disaster, but it's all about how people react once that natural disaster happens. Like I saw Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. I was watching him on something last night, and he was like, "The House is in recess. They'll deal with the aid and everything when they come back after 30 days." You know how long 30 days is?
Too long.
After the election?
Too long.
like, come on, bro.
The dirty side of the eye wall, I just looked it up. It just means he's where it's going to hit real bad at. So they use the eye of the storm to determine where it's going to be worse. So the dirty side of the eye wall is where the winds will tend to be the strongest. The dirty side falls over Tampa Bay.
Yeah. So, all right. Again,
pray for Tampa, man.
Pray for your family members.
Pray for everybody
in
Florida
out in Florida right now. I spoke to a lot of people asked about my son. I spoke to him about like 20 minutes ago. He FaceTimed me. He said it hasn't even rained yet. He said it hasn't rained. He says people have left. He said the streets are very quiet. Not too many people there. He said there's not too much food in any of these grocery stores, but he's okay. He actually had to go to practice, so he's on his way to practice. I don't know why. I don't know why the school is still having practice, but he still has practice.
All right, now Miami, University of Miami, y'all ain't no real hurricane. The real hurricane coming. The hell you mean practice?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Probably might not even be a game. Or is the game home or away this weekend?
I think it's away. I think it's Atlanta. I think it's Atlanta. All right. Well, 800-585-1051. We'll take your calls. What's your thoughts? Call us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
Made it. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Now, if you're just joining us, we're taking your calls. We had a caller that called this morning, and Charlamagne gave donkey the day to who, Charlamagne?
Governor Ron DeSantis, because, these people constantly put politics over the people, and I feel like Tone, who called in from Tampa, Tampa is directly about to get hit by this monster Hurricane Milton, and I think Tone just put it in the right perspective.
Yeah, and Tone called this morning during Get It Off Your Chest, and he was very vocal, very upset, and very frustrated.
Let's hear what he said.
Can we play a clip of it?
They playing in our faces, bro. You get Ukrainians come over here, they get what they want. You get immigrants come over here, they get what they want. And you got people being denied these FEMA applications that you talking about the other day, Charlamagne.
Mm-hmm.
People being denied, bro. But you getting these migrants coming over here, $10,000 food stamps, bro. You goddamn $5,000 cash stipends, man. This shit hurting, bro. We finna get ready to damn near die, bro. A lot of people couldn't afford to evacuate. And this government playing in our face, man. It don't matter what they is, Democrat, Republican, they all treason, man.
You're absolutely right, my
brother.
brother.
I can't wait to come back, man.
Now we just open up the phone lines, and we just want to hear what you have to say. Hello, who's this?
Well, brother, it's Fiji.
Hey, Fiji. It sounds like you got us on speaker or Bluetooth. Can you take us off right fast, bro?
Yeah, hold on. You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, brother.
I wanted to ask Charlamagne, at what point are we gonna keep the same energy with Kamala?
Talk to me. What happened?
I'm hearing DeSantis didn't take her phone call because it's the first time she called out of order that the natural disaster he dealt with. So he's questioning why is she calling now, and she's the one trying to politicize her campaign.
If you're Go ahead, I was going to say, if your family was down there in the eye of that storm, would you care if this was her first, second, or whatever time calling? Like, in all honesty, take your political beliefs out of it. Would you care about that?
All right.
Wouldn't you just want them to get the help?
Honesty, yeah, but in all honesty, if Ron DeSantis is going to handle all these natural disasters by himself without her help, what is she offering now? Besides an insulting $750 like she did to Ashley.
Well, that's FEMA, and that's not true either. But that's more misinformation. But let's be clear about something. President Biden is no longer at the wheel. Can we just be honest about that for once? You know what I'm saying? President Biden is no longer. But that's my point. So she's the acting vice president, running to be president. I would expect her to be the one to call. That's just the reality of the situation. But my point is, if I'm Governor Ron DeSantis, why does it matter? If she was not running for president, do you think he would be on TV saying that she's trying to make this political?
Hello, who's this?
This is Mack from Detroit. What up, though?
Mack, what up, though? What's up? Talk to us, Mack.
What up, though? You hear Charlamagne talk about people from the hood, urban area, ghetto, whatever. We don't care about politics, but we do. You know what I'm saying? It does matter to us, not just about our pockets and stuff like that, but our way of living, our life. Ever since Trump been in office, since he been running, we never had so much hate and division in the world. We never seen like KKK, MAGA, all that marching. We know it's the difference between parties and things like that.
I think you misunderstood me, brother. I said that when it comes to something like Hurricane Milton, when people are worried about survival,
people going through that.
Yes, he's not thinking about a political party in this moment. That's what I'm talking about.
Family and saving himself.
I thought I was clear on that, but maybe I wasn't.
No, you said people in urban areas, ghettos and all that. We look at it like you don't care because you made it out of the ghetto. you might be doing this, but we be hoping a guy like you that has a voice will speak for us, especially black men for black men, instead of look at us like we don't exist.
Oh, no. Okay, I see what you're saying now. No, what I said was when they come to me and they have these conversations about black men and why black men aren't engaged in the political process, or they say things to me like black men are gravitating towards Trump, what I say to them is, no, it's not about party. People have just seen a system, either regardless of what the party is, who's constantly kicked them in their ass. So they might just be disconnected from the whole process. But you're saying that they're not.
Right. We got Gloria on the line. Gloria, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, guys?
We're doing well, Gloria. How you feeling? I know you're a truck driver right now, right?
Yeah, I'm a truck driver, and I was telling the young man, my run consists of going to Asheville, Henderson, Irwin, Tennessee, and ever since this hurricane hit, it's been devastating. I know you guys see it on Instagram, you know, the viral clips.
Mm-hmm.
But if you physically go out there and see the devastation that's out there, it is so sad. Just this Saturday, I was in Spartanburg because I'm stationed here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Spartanburg have no lights still since this Saturday, and it's been 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
People sleeping on their porch, outside on their porch because they have no light.
Wow.
Let me ask you a question. Do you care about what political party shows up to help, or do you just want all of these political parties who are supposed to be, governing over all American people? You just want them to do something, right?
Yes, and for the people who's out there that says, "Oh, I'm not going to vote. It doesn't affect me," because I was that one person that used to work off paycheck to paycheck. I'm Hispanic, and they said, "Oh, it's not going to affect me." It is going to affect you.
That's right.
Right now, the eggs are $20, 2 dozen and a half. I'd rather go buy a pack of meat for not even $10. You have to pick and choose what you're going to feed your family at the end of the day.
I'd rather buy me a chicken.
So so everybody who's listening and saying, "Oh, it won't affect you," well, you're going to stay there and you're going to wish that you actually voted, because it does matter.
Thank you, Gloria. Be safe on them roads, too.
Thank you. Have a great day.
800-585-1051. We're just taking your calls. Give us a call right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
About it. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV. Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess. Now, if you just joined us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to who?
Governor Ron DeSantis, because he's putting, politics over people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's easy for him to do that because, he's not dealing with the same issue that the people are dealing with.
And people are done, man. They're upset. They're frustrated. We had a brother call named Tone. He called during Get It Off Your Chest, and this is what he said. We'll just play a clip of his phone call.
They playing in our faces, bro. You get Ukrainians come over here, they get what they want. You get immigrants come over here, they get what they want. And you got people being denied these FEMA applications that you talking about the other day, Charlamagne.
Mm-hmm.
People being denied, bro. But you getting these migrants coming over here, $10,000 food stamps, bro. Your goddamn $5,000 cash stipends, man. This shit hurting, bro. We finna get ready to damn near die, bro. A lot of people couldn't afford to evacuate. And this government planning our face, man. It don't matter what they is, Democrat, Republican, they all treason, man.
You're absolutely right, my
brother. I
brother.
can't wait to start so much, man.
So we're asking 800-585-1051. What are your thoughts? Hello, who's this?
Yo, this Capo 167. What's good, Envy?
Capo, what's up, man? What's your thoughts, brother?
Not much. My thoughts, man, listen, I'm tired of all media, everybody trying to sway public perception, not opinion, perception, because not y'all, I'm just talking in general.
Know what you mean,
everybody tries to sway more to one side than the other and putting one side's dirt out there more than the other. Listen, I've been watching politics and I've been studying history my whole life. They all are sham. The past 8 years, this has been an uproar in politics. It's a sideshow. It's a show. Pardon my French. It's a show. Like, for instance, y'all want to say one candidate is racist and point out certain things, but y'all don't want to go back 20, 30 years and put your man on blast for saying certain words, like the N-words, this, that, and the third.
You talk about
How
President
about this
Biden.
lady giving out $750 for relief while they sending trillions over to other countries? How about y'all look up the statistics of HUD and how much would it take to end homelessness in America? They send that 8 times over to other countries. So as far as having people's best interest or Americans' best interest and playing politics to the side, that'll never be the case. None of them ain't no good. All of them are crooks. The media needs to stop portraying like one is better than the other. There ain't no, let's say, evil or this, that, and the third. It's a show. Like your man said, I'm waiting for God to come and shut it all down. Ain't none of them no good. None of them. And y'all need to really look at the facts and start talking about all the facts, not just, y'all pick and choose. Not y'all, like I said, in general.
I know what you mean.
Y'all pick and choose. The option is up to the people. And if we could go back, man, we could go back and do the research and play another thing. How about this lady signing that bill when your man was up there arguing with Angela Rye and she tried to cut him off and not let her speak when he was hitting her with the facts. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all gotta stop.
What's
y'all
your
gotta
name?
stop.
Capo,
167, Boogie Down Bronx. But as far as I'm concerned, everybody, the past 8 years has been a movie. Grab your popcorn. Grab your popcorn.
Right,
grab your popcorn because
popcorn
it's about to get real.
Capo, popcorn too expensive, man. I don't know if you've seen how much popcorn costs nowadays. But I'm going to tell you something. People like Tone, people like Capo, they represent how so many people are feeling. They don't care about politics. They don't care about political parties. You're talking about people whose conditions who have been the same regardless of who's in office. All they want is somebody, one of these political parties, to provide them some real relief. And the sad part about it is Democrats and Republicans are supposed to work together every day for the benefit of the American people.
But they don't. It's
That's
split.
it.
They don't. And it's split. And it's effed up. And like he said, it's to the point now where it's like, he just needs help. They just need relief. They just want to figure out how they're going to eat, how they're going to pay rent.
And they don't care and they don't care what party is giving it to them. But once again, both parties are supposed to work together every day for the benefit of the American people.
Vanessa, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you feeling, Vanessa?
It's Anissa, but I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Good. Talk to us now.
So y'all were asking about the hurricane and how it's affecting folks. I mean, down south, it's another day. This is something that people down south, they grow up with it. They're used to it. It's like how we're used to snow days up north. The hurricane is just another day for them. And whether it's a category 1, 2, 3, 4, most days, everybody's just prepared for what is to come.
Well, where you calling from? Where you calling from? What part of down south are you calling from?
I'm not calling from down south. I live up north now, but I lived in Florida for 15 years, and the hurricanes.
Nah, this ain't just a regular hurricane.
Yeah, I can't.
This ain't just a regular day down there.
Yeah,
this is different.
And as somebody who lived through Hurricane Hugo, which was a category 4 or 5.
I've lived through 2, 3s.
Yeah, I don't. Hurricanes ain't another day.
The only reason why this isn't so huge is because by the time it reaches places like Orlando, the hurricane tends to dissipate.
I don't know about this one. I don't think you've been paying attention to Hurricane Milton. Hurricane Milton is a category 6, and there is no 6. Like 5 is the highest it goes, but they're saying if they could categorize it, it would be a 6.
I'll tell you this: as a person that has lived down south, and it's always been, I lived in the Gulf. Like, I lived in Tallahassee for a good portion of time, and it was a 4 right before it hit us, and it ended up being a 2 when it hit us. And you would think that the capital of the state would be well prepared. They were not. Power went out for weeks in some places. And that's a small town. But places like Orlando, Jacksonville, like West Palm, Tampa, they're prepared for these things. So it really is like just another day that
I disagree with that. Once again, I lived through Hurricane Hugo, and I can't sit here and say it's just another day.
No, it's not just another day. Speaking of my people from Tampa, like it's messed up. Like
Yeah,
people are trying to find generators.
day.
They don't have gas. They're stuck. They're praying like never before. They're saying this is the craziest it's seen. He did just recently tell me, he just hit me 2 minutes ago and said it's been downgraded to a category 4 as of right now. So I don't know if it's going back from 4 to 5, 4 to 5. I'm not
think
sure.
about it. Think about it like this, right? If they said it was so powerful last night that it could be graded at category 6.
6, right.
Going down, I mean, it's only it's probably a 5 at this point. I lived through Hurricane Hugo in 1989. Hurricane Hugo was a category 5. I can remember all of that anxiety I was feeling then. Okay. And I was 12? Let me see, 88, 11. I'm terrible at math. What was I? 78, 88, 11. Could you hush your noise? Okay, because your eyelash is eligible for FEMA relief right now. Your left eyelash is eligible for FEMA relief right now. I'm just simply saying, what I'm trying to say is your left eyelash is a disaster.
Your whole boy time and place as well.
Wow. Don't let them call your thing a disaster like that.
My lashes is laid now. I got it together up in here.
It ain't laid. It scared me a little while ago.
I'll never forget he let me
it
fight
did
by
it again.
myself.
You saw it? Like it just started waving on its own.
Yo, your eyelash be doing the Harlem Shake.
Why is it fluttering? Just randomly. Like it be hitting them little shoulders.
Y'all are lying. There's no way. I would have seen it on my eye.
I saw it. It's scary.
It was just a little bit. The left one. All right, what's the moral of this?
Pray for Tampa. Pray for everybody in Florida, man.
That's right.
Man, I feel sorry because, all of these elected officials, regardless of what side of the aisle they on, whether it's federal, local, they're supposed to be here helping the people. And, they constantly fail the people, and they constantly fail the people who need the most help. But both of these parties are supposed to be working together collectively every day to help the American people. So truthfully, we shouldn't be pointing the finger at any particular party, regardless of, who's in the White House or who's, your governor. We should be pointing the finger at both of them because both of them collectively are supposed to be helping people.
That's right.
Every day.
That's right. Well, let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. When we come back, what are we talking about?
We are going to go into the Jets coach and that firing. Talk about that.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. All right. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. Don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's a coach of
with Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So in sports news, the Jets coach, Robert Saleh, has been fired. Now, this happened Tuesday, and the owner of the Jets, Woody, he's saying that this was all him. Like, it was his decision to make this decision. But, there is some controversy, some conversation surrounding this firing. Now, for background, this came after the team had a 2-3 start. And then once they fired him, they promoted defensive coordinator Jeff Albridge to be the interim coach. Now, ESPN is calling this timing, like the timing of the firing, very bizarre. They're saying that, even though the start was 2-3, that they could have actually progressed if they've been able to play the Bills this coming Monday. It's just super early for a firing like this to happen. And they note that the last time that a firing like this was done with someone that has like the same winning percentages as Saleh was in 1961 with Lou Saban in the Boston Patriots.
Well, this is his second year coaching, third year coaching for the Jets?
Yeah, I think like third.
His third year coach. This is the last year on his contract. He's the first Muslim coach ever in the NFL, I believe, head coach. But, when you own a team, you can decide who you want to be your coach or not. The team, they expected to do a lot better than it was, especially with Aaron Rodgers running as quarterback. So I guess they can make the decisions that they want. I'm not a Jets fan, but how do you feel about it, Red? I know you're a Jets fan. Do you think that that firing was warranted?
Aaron Rodgers' years is going down. He got like 2 years left. So, you want him to have the best opportunity to win. And I think firing the coach is the best thing because he hasn't won since he's been there. So.
Yeah, we'll see. Feels the same way.
Well, I've been trying to figure. So, to Red's point, there are a lot of fans online like, listen, we weren't moving the way we need to be moving with him, so it makes sense. The firing does. But then there are also reports that because he wore a Lebanon flag the last game, the Jets versus the Vikings game, that people believe that that's the reason why. There are people saying that, Aaron Rodgers conversation, him and Aaron Rodgers, whether there's like some beef there, some tension there is a big part of the reason why. And Aaron Rodgers actually was asked about, there was like that awkward like hug push thing that happened between them in the last game. And Aaron Rodgers was asked about that. Let's take a listen.
There was that awkward exchange with you and Robert. You appeared to push him away.
No, it was not really awkward at all.
When he went to hug you, what happened?
I didn't know. He's not a big hugger usually, so I didn't know he was going for the hug. He likes to do the two-hand chest push as well. So, but he talks a lot about 2-score leads. So I just kind of gave him a push and said 2-score lead. That's what happened.
Sound a little freak offish. The whole exchange. I'm not gonna lie, this sounds a little freak offish.
But
He loves to do the 2-hand push.
If you saw the video, it didn't even look like much. It just looked like, two bros broing down, like whatever.
Nah, it looked like he tried to hug him and looked like Aaron
You know what
Rodgers
I mean?
was like chill. And that was 2 games ago.
Now the reason, 2 games ago, I'm sorry. The reason why that was the Aaron Rodgers thing is coming up because there was a person that was demoted. So Nathaniel Hackett, who was the offensive coordinator. Now this is the guy that the Jets that they brought on trying to get Aaron Rodgers over to the team and stuff like that. So they're basically saying that because that demotion happened, that's why there's the beef with Aaron Rodgers and Salah, and that led to the firing because Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know, I didn't know there was so much tea in football. I might tune in now.
Oh, here you go.
Seriously,
I seen him saying the whole thing about him wearing the flag on his shoulder, and that was part of the reason. But I think a lot of Jet fans just say, "Yo, we losing. Like we were expected to be a contender this year, and we pretty much look like the Cowboys."
And please know that, first of all, Cowboys are 3-2.
Do the Cowboys got tea too? Because I might.
Team.
Oh, I can't tune into every team. Though. I got to pick one.
First of all, we don't need your viewership in the NFL. Okay, that's number one.
Now I put my eyelashes on right, and you don't need my viewership. I can see.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I can see clear, and I can see that the Cowboys ain't going nowhere.
I'm be honest with you. You put your eyelash on, but you used the word called right, and that should not have been in that sentence.
Okay. Me and my eyelashes can clearly see that the Cowboys ain't going nowhere because that's what they be saying.
I be praying to God. I be on my knees like, God, please don't
let
ever
us win. God, please let us win.
Please don't never let Lauren LaRosa find strong eyelash
glue.
Ever. Please, God. I know this is petty, but God, please don't let her ever find strong eyelash glue.
Don't let him talk to you like that.
Nah, it's okay, Envy. It's all right.
We're going to get you some Gorilla Glue up here.
Gorilla Glue in the lashes is crazy. Now you trying to take me out. Y'all trying to take out everybody in the seat. That's crazy.
We've been watching you fight that eyelash all morning. And it's like once a day for weeks.
But you know how messed up it is that y'all been watching me fight and y'all just sitting here?
I don't know what else we supposed to do. Okay. The eyelash be kicking your ass, dude.
Nah, this morning that eyelash came in with like some cousins. I'm like, yo, what is happening?
Yesterday too.
Or
was it Monday?
Because yesterday I was on point.
It was Monday.
It was real. Face card never declined valid.
And she got the nerve to just throw it on and then be talking to you regular while the eyelash is doing this. And she just trying to have a serious conversation with you, and your eyelash just going crazy.
When you move as fast as I move, y'all, it be happening. I be doing my makeup in here in like 10 minutes. We gotta go.
It was
not too much on
my
eyelash.
It was definitely doing the
Harlem
Shake.
Not too much on that eyelash. That's why it won't stay on. You need to be putting more glue on
tomorrow,
it.
you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna come in here and do an eyelash. Like while we're talking, I'm gonna put them on, and I'm let the people decide if I got it or not because y'all be hating.
All right, well, that was Jess with the Mess.
Why you rubbing your eye?
With Lauren LaRosa's eyebrow.
Just sad. I just don't know what your struggle is, man. You need to pick one. Whether it's shaving under your arms, whether it's keeping your head done, whether it's that left eyelash. Pick a struggle.
Stop throwing all these struggles on me. You never want to see the black woman progress. That's what's wrong with you.
This ain't got nothing to do with black women. This is Lauren LaRosa and her struggles with hair. Okay, we need a T-shirt that says Lauren LaRosa.
Are we wrapping it up?
Yes, we are. All right, let's get to the People's Choice Mix. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Now, we got a salute to October's very own. October London for joining us. He was the first artist that Snoop signed when he acquired Death Row Records. So he's an R&B artist, so salute to him.
Yeah, he's got a new album coming out this Friday, October 11th, called October Nights, man. But check him out. He's had a lot of projects.
Mm-hmm. All right, when we come back, we got the positive note and more. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Now, it's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note? Before we do, I just want to say again, continue to pray and send love and family and check up on your family members and friends if they're out in Florida.
Yes, man.
I got some family in Tampa that right now they're very concerned. They're hunkered down and they're just praying for the best. My son, who's in Miami, says they haven't seen rain as of yet. He actually went to football practice this morning. So school is canceled, just online school, I should say, but there are no in-classes, no in-school classes.
Tell the man of the house, Logan, that there's this thing called the calm before the storm. Tell him right before he used to body slam you, but he used to just like let you be cool and think that you could do it to him. That's what's about to happen.
But no, he does not. He is not the man in the house, and no, he does not body slam me.
Oh, you ain't seen Logan? Please.
He do his push-ups. He do his push-ups. Leave us on a positive note.
Positive note is simply this. Oh, I want to tell y'all, too, my 4th annual Mental Wealth Expo is happening this Saturday, October 12th at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. right here in New York City. All you got to do is go to mentalwealthexpo.com for more details on that. And it is a free event open to all ages. Okay, so we'll see you Saturday. But my positive note is about attitude. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people act in a certain way. We can't even change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?